do a video today to see if we can fit and show you what it looks like, this 2010 Range Rover Sport front bumper, but it looks like the SVR, the newest. Got these big air intakes. It's hard to see. We'll take it outside, but if you want to just lift that off, Ian. So that's the bumper we're going to try and fit there, and we're going to fit it onto our Range Rover Sport 2010. So you've got to have the 2010 with the 2010 headlights and grille. We're going to fit that on. We'll show you quickly how to take the headlights, the grille and the bits and pieces off and see what it looks like. Okay? Right, so the first thing to do is to take out the front grille and the headlights, which is fairly straightforward. You've got those little pressy clips there, and you've got to give it a yank at the bottom. We've done separate videos. Oh, by crikey. Oh! There you go. Let me just have a look at those quickly. We've done all this before. But you've got these little pokey out bits here that go into these little docking stations here. So that's that out the way. Next thing then is the headlights, which are fairly straightforward. Which one are you going for, right? Right, so you've got this little lever, this little crescent here. Same over there. Lift it up. You have to sort of jiggle them up and down a bit. Okay. And then you can pull it forward a bit. And then you've got the connector. Push on the top of the connector. Whoop, get that out of the way. Okay, obviously do the same on the other side. Do that quickly. Right, cool. So next thing we've got to do, Ian, we'll get all the bits ready, but we're going to have to undo the fixings on the top of this bumper, haven't we? So it clips on at the top.
So you should have...
Yeah. There's a little crosshead screwdriver. You've got one there, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one under the headlight. So we'll get on and take those to keep the video short. We'll get those out and then get on to the next. So now what you need to do is undo the screws sort of that go around the bottom. Now I'll show you which ones we need to do. If we start at the wheel arch, there's the one here we've removed that goes into the wheel arch liner there. And then if you come around the bottom, try and bear with me where I am on the gut. Oh, one little tip, we've put the car in access mode, so we've raised the suspension.
Not in access, off-road.
Sorry, off-road, well done. Right, so you don't need to undo this one, because this one just holds this wind deflector in. But there is one around the back here that goes into... Yeah, there's one here, and then there's another one there. And all they do is hold the... this is your wheel arch liner. And then it's these bigger ones here. So into these big sort of tonguey bits that stick out. You've got 4 of those little tonguey bits that stick out, haven't we?
Yeah, they're
and they're Torx. So if you just whittle those along, then this whole front bumper should come loose. So we're halfway through it. Ian's going to finish this off, and then we'll see if we can pull the bumper off. So the next thing you need to do is undock the front bumper. I've half undocked it, but you have to give them a good tug to get that. Oh, there you go. And what it's got these little grippy bits here that go into these 2 grooves, or 3 grooves here. So you have to like wrench it away. You feel like you're going to break it. Now, as we move it away, you've got to be careful because we're still going to have the water connected and the electrical connections. So one thing we can do is just whip those.
There.
I'm going to get those in. So that's the fog light and the parking sensor connectors. You just got that little bit you've got to press down on those to release those. Thread those through now. I wonder if our fog light wire is going to give us a problem, but we'll have a look. We got some aftermarket lights on there, and then you can lower it down and drop it down, and you can see now it's quite easy to remove actually. The next thing we need to remove is the washer jets, which should have been connected. There you go.
So they won't have the bolt in them, but it'll just be a clip.
Where you put your pliers on, you squidge it, expands it,
and pull
your washer jet. We blanked that off.
You will get water everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is why I think ours was up and tucked that way.
Yeah, so we've got it ready for you. Right, so lift that out the way now, Ian. So that's ready to lift out. Now what we now need to do is remove the fog lights. Now the fog lights should swap straight over into this bumper, so we'll show you how to do that. And then we've got to remove the parking sensors. So we'll have and the washer jet, and everything should swap over. So the washer jets, there's a clip underneath. You've got to get this little clip here and pull that out. Okay, and that'll release the washer jet. We can do those.
So they come out through the top.
And do that one there. He's tighter. We'll have to do that, but we'll get that one off. Go on, Ian. Yeah, he's got it. Have a look at the clip again. So that's that little spring clip there. So that's the washer jet. Now the other thing is going to be the fog lights should be fairly straightforward. You've got to get those out from the front on this one. We'll have a look at that. And we'll have a look at the parking sensor. So we'll get the tools ready and we'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we've got the bumper upside down on the workshop floor. Might be a good idea, depending on what you're going to do with the bumper, to put something like a blanket or something underneath it. Right, first thing we've got to do is the wiring loom. We need to remove it, and it's held into the bumper with these little clips. I've taken one out here so you can see what they're like. They're like a little fir tree barbed fixing that goes through a hole in the bumper. So we've got one of these little trim removing tools.
If you give it a pull to get underneath it, and then you should just
pop those out. Take a bit of wrestling along.
You can just follow that all the way along.
Then you need to disconnect your fog light, which is just a little spring clip there. Pull that off the back of the fog light. And then it's the parking sensors. You don't need to disconnect them, leave them connected. But you've got these little clips. Let's have a look. So you've got these little... So that's the parking sensor. It's got these little sort of tabs at the top that lock into these little, and you just got to spring those apart on each side. So you can just put a little screwdriver, just pull those apart. So we'll take the other parking sensors out, and then we'll have a complete wiring loom that we can put into the other bumper. So next thing we need to do is remove the fog lights which come up. Now we've got the autobiography front bumper. If you've got a standard 2010 front bumper, the fog lights come out from the back. There's no bezel, but on this autobiography front bumper, these bezels pop out. So at the top, there's a little bit of a gap at the top, and you can get your fingers in and give it a pull, and they've got these little spring clips. Often the spring clips come out, but they're the little spring clips there that hold those in place. And then it exposes. Now there's only 3 screws. There's one there, and there. Now on ours we've got posi, but I think standard they come with Torx drivers. Now you'll notice here we've got the upgraded LED 3-in-1 fog lights, but it's exactly the same process if you've got the standard factory lights. Ian's got it out there, so then you can whip your fog light out, okay, and give you a nice hole in the bumper, and then we're nearly done. Is there anything else we need? You'll need obviously your license plate, and we'll have to check whether the number plate holder fits on the other bumper, so we'll whip those bits off as well. But I think we're nearly there. We'll just double check what else we need off this bumper. So one last thing you need to take out is these little clips here that form the captive nut for the fog lamp. So they just sort of just undo them like that. Okay, they come in a variety of different colours apparently. And they just take the self-tapping screws, just screw into that plastic section at the back. So we need to swap those onto the new bumper. We've got everything ready to show you here.
Get those in first?
Yeah, let's flip those in. So there you go. So Ian's already put them into that side, and he's going to show us how to put them in on this side.
I'm not quite sure which way they're meant to go in.
Oh, wait.
I think they come
That looks neat.
from that side.
Yeah.
So you got your flat
Your little slit there, yeah.
poking through, and that stops them turning as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise when you go to screw, they'll just be... Go on. They seem to click in nicely when they're in. Yeah, that's all lined up. Maybe the orange one's a bit loose. Right, they all look good.
And then your fourth corner is obviously just a locating lug, so you get it on the right place.
That's cool. Right. Alright, do you want to flip that one over? You get the other end and we'll flip it over, and then we can talk through all the rest of the bits we've got to get in the bumper. Right. So, number plate surround. That seems to sit on that nicely, doesn't it? The contour seems to match pretty well, and you've got to have something for your number plate to sit on. So that, you'll just have to put some self-tappers through that. Then you've got to install your washer hose we took out. Then you've got your parking sensors, and these clip in. So there's all the sensors are already pre-formed in the bumpers, the holders, so they should just click in. And then they'll plug back into the car. And then your fog lights, we've put the captive nuts in there, so the fog lights. So we're not going to show you this, we're now going to put all those bits into the bumper.
Should just be the reverse.
And then we'll find a third person and we'll put it on the car, see what it looks like, then we'll put it all back together again, and then we'll go and take it outside and see what it looks like. So we've got it all built up now, the new bumper. So we've got all the washer jet hoses, we put the clips in, the washer jets, the fog lights are all in, the wiring loom. Now actually Ian did this, I've just been on lunch. And there's actually, they've got holes, have they, for all the little holders all to fit in. So everything, so they've done a really good job, everything clipped in fine, all the parking sensors gone in fine. They've got this nice little channel for all the wires to sit in. Yeah, double. So yeah, it all seems to fit in, everything's fitted in sweet. So we're going to grab this now, put it up. It might be tricky with the two of us, but we'll have a go. Right. So, what about that washer hose, Ian? You need to position that. Let me hold that.
Now we need to reconnect everything.
So, it's alright, we won't film all this reconnection, we'll just do the first couple of bits. But we've got the washer hose to reconnect. We've got the two connections here for the front fog lights and the parking sensor loom. We'll get those on. Okay, and we'll have a, I've got those on, they'll hold it on actually. And we can have a look and see what. So there we go, so that all, everything slides on, it's got all the supports to line up with the original screws. So we'll get on and finish that off, and then we'll put the headlights in, and we'll come and join you when it's all back together. So we've got the bumper all fitted on, so this is the SVR look bumper, so it definitely looks lower than even the autobiography bumper that we had on there. And you've got those bigger grills around the fog lights there, and the bumper fit is all pretty good. There we go, so good luck with that. That's a pretty good upgrade, that, and that fits the 2010, any 2010 on Range Rover Sport up to 2014.